Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May I begin today's program. The Honorable Tuan Haji Murshid bin Qasim, Dean of Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University Malaysia, Dr. Khadijah binti Ariff, Medical Officer, Sultan Ahmad Shah Medical Center of IIUM, Dr. Nur Inani binti Ahmad Tarmizi, Medical Officer, Sultan Ahmad Shah Medical Center of IIUM, Brother Muhammad Izzuddin bin Siddiq, Principal of Mahala Al-Zahrawi, Madam Nur Diana bint Abdul Malik, Advisor of the Foundation of Human Sciences Student Society, FOCHUSS, Principals and Fellows of Mahala, Senior Officials, Staff of IIUM, SCC members, MRC representatives, Working Committees of CFS Festival 2021, students of CFS IIUM, and all brothers and sisters. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening to all. Now, we will begin our ceremony today with the recitation of Asma'ul Husna, followed by the singing of the national anthem, Negaraku, and IIUM song.
Lighten the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason shall excel, shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we, the Khalifa, we will fulfill the amanah. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IIUM is to realize the meaning of Ramadan al-Amin. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IIUM is to realize the meaning of mercy to all the world, for
نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور المميت الخافي الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم اللطيف الخبير العليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعيد المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البار التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير اللهم صل أفضل الصلاة على أسعد المخلوقات كسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم عدد معلوماتك ومداد كلماتك كلما ذكرك ذاكرون وغفل عن ذكره الغافلون.
Brothers and sisters, in order to invoke the blessings of the Almighty, please allow me to start this program today by inviting Brother Muhammad Ilham bin Muhammad Shakir from Da'wah and Tarbiyah Bureau of MRC Al-Zahrawi to lead the Dua recitation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Al-Fatiha. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We express our gratitude to you for allowing us to attend the CFS Festival 2021 opening ceremony Mental Health Talk New Campus, New Mindset today. Oh Allah, we ask you for the safety for our leader implementing authority. Make the days that we have gone through, starting with your mercy, continued with your blessing and righteous guidance, ended with the forgiveness. Make the days that we have gone through spent in your obedience. Don us with the adornment of the righteous and clothe us with the ornament of the pious in spreading good behavior, lowering the wing of humility, beauty of conduct, advancing to excellence, avoiding condemnation, being gracious to the undeserving, speaking truth do better. Ya Allah, Ya Muhaimin, Ya Aziz, Ya Jabbar, let our efforts as a means to enlighten and convince ourselves that the personal safety of either outer or inner in a prerequisite for achieving happiness and excellence in various fields. O Allah, to grant us faith and strength to face the challenges of life during these needy yet troubling times and in the face of life in this new norm. O Allah, show us guidance and adjust our path and ways to achieve happiness and glory. Let us listen to people who like the good things. Let us avoid doing the bad and evil things. O Allah, bless our life in this meeting and gathering and prevent us from harm and unfortunate event. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مباركا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا مباركا معصوما ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا شقي ولا محروما. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. اللهم طول أعمارنا وصحح أجسادنا وثبت إيماننا ووسع أرزاقنا وحسن أخلاقنا ونور قلوبنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل الخير واجعلنا من أهل البركة واجعلنا من أهل المغفرة. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل الجنة واجعلنا من أهل الفردوس الأعلى برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اجعل مجلسنا هذا مجلسا مباركا لأصحابنا وأهلنا وجيراننا وضيوفنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Thank you, Brother Ilham. Before I proceed to our next agenda, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sister Putri Alisha from the Human Sciences program, and this evening I will serve you as the MC for today's program and also the moderator for the forum later. Welcome to the CFS Festival 2021 opening ceremony and the CFS Festival Mental Health Talk New Campus, New Mindset. Organized by the Leadership and Training Unit, Office of Deputy Dean, Student Development and Community Engagement, in collaboration with the Students Coordination Committee, the Mahala Representative Committee of Mahala Al-Zahrawi, and the Foundation of Human Sciences Student Society. Welcome everyone. Without further ado, please welcome Honorable Tuan Haji Murshid bin Qasim, Dean, Center of Foundation Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia, to give his welcoming speech and the opening remarks for the launching of CFS Festival 2021. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, sister. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'in ala umuri dunya waddin. Nusalli wa nusallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang berusaha Brother Telefon Nisham bin Taib, Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement. My colleague Brother Ishaq, Deputy Deans of Academic and Internationalization. Our guest speakers from SASMED, Sultan Ahmad Shah Medical Center, IIUM, Principal of Mahalla, Head of Department, Advisors of Student Clubs and Societies, Students Coordination Committee, staff, and our beloved brothers and sisters of the Center for Frontier Studies, IIUM. Alhamdulillah, all praises be to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His willingness that tonight, despite the uncertainties and some adjustments to the recent development on the COVID-19 pandemic, we are able to celebrate once again our annual festival, CFS festival for the current year of 2021. In fact, I feel honored and privileged for being invited to attend this opening ceremony to share inspiration and vision with all of you. As the holy month of Ramadan has just passed, and as we are still celebrating the month of Shawwal, I believe it is still timely for me to wish all of you Eid Mubarak, Kullu Aam wa Antum bi Khair. And hopefully many of us are able to celebrate this joyous celebration with our beloved family members after a month of fasting. My dear brothers and sisters, allow me to take this opportunity on behalf of the Center for Financial Studies IIUM to welcome all of you to our very own annual event of CFS Festival 2021 under the theme of Towards Al-Falah, Toward Al-Falah, or Towards Success, showcasing our adaptability in facing a new norm. I would like to also extend my congratulations to the organizing committees from all the societies involved for organizing, and the Students Coordination Committee, SCC, in coordinating this fruitful program, and also for the efforts in finding ways and means to organize this event in a new normal, the online mode. For more than a year, we have been at war with COVID-19 pandemic, and the war is yet to be over. We need to be vigilant and adhere strictly to the SOPs. Whatever it is, the light is already seen at the end of the tunnel, which I believe many of us have already been or in the pipeline to take the vaccination. So kindly register yourself through the MySejahtera at least. And inshallah, by the year end, we are hoping that more than half of our population will be vaccinated. And let us pray that the situation will be back to normal again very soon, inshallah. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the purpose in organizing this program is to amplify students' perseverance in conforming with newly unprecedented methods of a more wider scope of online enhancement events and programs, as well as to bring to attention the need to adapt and grow socially, physically, and mentally in a whole new environment. This program is a platform for students to foster interpersonal skills through various students' development programs, whether at campus or at home. These initiatives, which are in line with students' empowerment objective of the university, is part and parcel of the process to create holistic development of students, and at the same time promoting a more widened view on tackling the new norms. I have been informed that there will be 10 programs altogether to be organized throughout this festival, each unique and brilliant, suited for the developing minds of our students today, inshallah. Those of which are the Adrenaline Rush, Forgotten Battery Talk, Be Your Own Superhero Talk, Born to Explore Competition, Bersama. In spite of a global COVID pandemic, students have struggled and strived to balance between academic goals, a newly introduced remote teaching and learning, or RTL, and maintaining their equilibrium in chasing after their inspirations. Nevertheless, that has not stopped this young brilliant mind in fulfilling their duties at home as a responsible sons or daughter, while attending classes, as well as thriving in a new normal where most of our user day-to-day engagements have been virtually transformed, whether socially, physically, or even mentally. These are among the values that students of IIUM should uphold as future leaders of the Ummah, inshallah. I believe that the CFS Festival 2021 will serve as a tenet of the subtle, creative, and different minds of our youth, showcasing the ingenious adaptability of students in pioneering a more approachable concept of a new normal. My dear brothers and sisters, I would like to also take this opportunity tonight to officiate the Dean's Cup, a debate tournament for English, Malay, and Arabic language among our CFS students, which will be organized from 28th to 30th of May 2021. The program, which will help in improving students' public speaking skills as well as gaining more knowledge while preparing for the tournaments with the materials that they would read or do research on. I believe that by the end of the program, the students of CFS will be more active and interested in debating, and would encourage them to enter other debate tournaments and public speaking events, which is both beneficial and crucial for the character development of our students as the torch bearers of the Ummah. Again, I would like to express my gratitude to the hard work of the organizing committee to organize this outstanding program. Inshallah, it will be one of our tasks that we will reap the benefit in the hereafter as part of our amal soleh. I hope this program will inspire our students to give out their aspiration and subsequently achieve the objective of the program. And lastly, with lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I officially open the Center for Foundation Studies Festival 2021. And with that, aqulu qawli hadza, astaghfirullah li wa lakum. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir. By that, the CFS Festival 2021 is now launched and signifies the end of our opening ceremony today, and will be continued with our next event. Thank you again to the Honorable Tuan Haji Murshid bin Qasim, Dean, Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia, for your willingness to complete the opening ceremony just now. Brothers and sisters, we will now move on to our next agenda, Mental Health Talk, New Campus, New Mindset. Before we start, let me introduce our panels for today's session. Please welcome Dr. Khadijah binti Ariff, Medical Officer, Sultan Ahmad Shah Medical Center of IIUM. How are you today, Doctor?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Ellie.
Alhamdulillah. Welcome to the session today, Doctor. Our second panel for today's session, Dr. Nur Inani Ahmad Tarmizi, Medical Officer, Sultan Ahmad Shah Medical Center of IIUM. So how are you, Doctor?
Assalamualaikum. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Welcome to tonight's session, Doctor. So let me first explain the aim of our forum-based talk tonight and what we will be discussing. Brothers and sisters, our discussion today is organized to expose us to the importance of having stable mental health, to provide some methods for us to overcome our mental health issues, and hope we can mentally prepare ourselves before starting our life on the main campus later on. Without further ado, I would like to ask the first question to Dr. Inani. Dr. Inani, before this, we often heard people complaining that they are stressed and tired of their work. Now, with the increasing awareness of mental health, people are also starting to know more about burnout and often have difficulties to differentiate between normal stress and burnout. How can one differentiate between normal stress and burnout, and what are the distinguishing features that set them apart?
Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Again to my brothers and sisters. Thank you for inviting us again. I think this is the third program that we got involved with CFS students. We are glad to be here with you today, despite the pandemic. First, it was planned to be a physical forum, but then it changed to online. So Alhamdulillah, we can still carry on with all the programs. We still can gather tonight. Okay. First, I want to congratulate all of you. From my understanding that you guys now already completed your foundation and you are starting your new journey soon, a new campus, new mindset, right? If there is diploma or degree, so this is a new phase of life. There is always a first in everything. Okay, so it's normal to be scared, to be worried, to be anxious about. Okay, so previously we have a lot of referral from FAC, okay, referring to us adjustment lah, MDD lah, depression kan. But today we want to create awareness. How to differentiate? Is it stress? Is it normal? Is it something worrying? Okay, do I need to see the doctor? Do we need to refer everyone to doctor? Okay, so I got slides, so I'm sharing it. First is we want to know actually what are our worries, what are we scared of. Do you mind if we share what are our worries, what our biggest fear? So can we do Mentimeter? Is it okay? Hello? Can you see? Can you see the code given? What are your biggest fear to be in the new campus? Is it your friends, your lecturer? Is it you have to go to Gombak or Pago? Ellie, can you see my slide?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. I believe all of you are used to Mentimeter. It's anonymous. You can share anything. Can you key in the have anyone keyed in anything? Alright. Can I fit in grades, assignment, females? Foreign females. Dogs. My degree life. Myself, and myself. Whether I can survive. Due dates, the studies, friends. Bugs. CFS gambar got no bugs Too stupid for degree life, but you survive. You survive your foundation. Future, time management, failures. Allah. No one is worried about your new lecturers. Lecturers semua baik transports. Okay. Okay, I saw like almost 150 viewers in YouTube live. And it's only 24 of you that responded, but I think it's okay. Scared of the hands-on. Okay. All right. So thanks for sharing. So those are the expected things that we should worry because we are starting something new. Everything will be new. Your course, friends, hostels, and then the distance. Maybe in CFS gambar you just everything is just walking distance. But then in the new campus, maybe you need to take bus, shuttle. I'm not sure. I never went to Gombak campus or Pago. Okay, so it is normal to feel stressed about it. What is stress? Okay, we normally say is stress lah. Tengok orang tu stress lah. Kenapa dia tu stress? Why is it so easy for us to label this stress? Okay, so I asked someone, what do you understand about stress? When you think that you cannot cope. If we think we are okay, if we think we can do something, normally kita cakap tak stress pun, okay je. But when the worry that you think you cannot cope, that is stress. So stress occurs. So it occurs when the pressure is greater than the resources. People tend to take it lightly. So we are stressed because the pressure is greater than resources. When people see it's a small thing, but why you have to worry so much? Okay, that is stress. So my first few slides were full of stress words. Okay, I'm sorry, but after this we will learn how to cope with stress, how to manage stress. Okay, it's just for 5 minutes of stress. Okay, is all stress is bad? No. We have to be stressed in life. If we don't feel stressful, we won't have any motivation to do anything. We will take things lightly. Too little of stress may result in boredom. Macam dia tu semua okay. Suruh buat apa pun okay, on je. Macam boring juga kan? Tak stress ke dia ni? Okay. So macam tu pun kita we tend to comment about your future. It can cause anxiety. Okay, how to differentiate? Is this normal? Am I being anxious, or is just a stress, an acceptable one? Okay. There is two types of stress. Just like I mentioned just now, the level of stress. There is eustress and distress. Eustress is okay. It's a stimulation. When the optimal amount of stress, where it can help to promote the motivation in you to do things. Okay. Yang tak okay is distress. When you cannot adapt, when you cannot cope, and it causes to some bad consequences, especially to your body and also your mental state. Okay. What are the sources of stress? Actually, the headline is sources of stress. Okay. Just like what you guys shared just now, dogs, assignments date, transports, friends, Allah, you yourself. Okay. So it comes from so many resources. First is environmental. Of course, it's something big to us. You guys have been in Gambang for 3 semesters. It's the same room, the same roommates, the same bed, okay, the same lecture hall, but now online. Okay, so environmental, sudden changes in the environment, new room, new beds, new toilet. Okay, maybe in Gambang you got a specific favorite toilet, but then you have to pick a new one. Okay, physiological illness, your own illness. This one maybe unexpected one. Okay, interpersonal, relationship with others, your friends, your lecturer, your fellow, and then intrapersonal, your own self. So it is normal to be stressful because of all this. Okay. So just like I mentioned just now, stress is very common, but we have to use it in a positive way. How to be productive from the stress. So tonight we are discussing on how to limit the stress, but we cannot eliminate the stress. We can anything, anywhere can cause stress. Okay, but we should learn how to use it to improve performance. Okay, but then how would you know that you have to differentiate between stress and burnout? Okay, when we are stressed, our body will show. First, orang akan cakap, kenapa nampak tension je? Tension lah. Okay, so tension tu it come from the muscle tension. First, we experience neck pain, back pain, body ache. Okay, and then physiologically, palpitations, diarrhea, indigestion. This is common, especially before exam, before presentation. Okay, acne is common in female. Okay, when nearing the exam date, got acne here and there, and then we are aware about that. Stress ni, it's about tiba-tiba breakout. Okay, that's normal. Okay, that's muscle tightness, twitching, tension. Okay, first thing, how to acknowledge that you are in stress is from your physical. Okay, increased risk of falling ill. Okay, irregular periods. Emotionally, If you notice your friend become too emotional, irritable, easily agitated, moody, feeling on edge, tiba-tiba isolate herself or himself, then they could be in stress. Sometimes we're not aware that we are in stress, but when we show changes in our emotional state, we should know that we are stressed. Okay, sudden urge of sudden surge of guilty, hopelessness, overwhelm. Okay, cognitive from your thoughts, from your thinking process. During maybe during the first few lectures in the new campus, in your new course, you might experience difficulty to concentrate, and then you're only seeing negative things from other people. Kawan ni macam tak nak kawan, lecturer ni macam garang sangat. Okay, forgetfulness, racing thoughts, and then difficulty in making decisions. Behavioral, maybe you cannot notice this, but you can notice in your friends. You should know these people is in distress. Okay, from behavioral we can see over or under sleeping. This past few weeks, I feel like I always overslept. You are actually in stress, but you don't know. But now you know. Okay. Sometimes people can be overreacting to situations, and as I mentioned just now, isolating self, procrastination, or impulsive actions like smoking, fly. Okay, so stress is related to your performance. We should control our stress level to make sure our performance is at optimum level. Okay, when your stress level is very high, it might cause breakdown. Okay, so it is how you respond to the stress that determines the impact of stress. What I mentioned just now, those are the common presentation, the common things that you might experience when you are stressed. Okay, what is burnout? It is a complete mental, physical, and emotional fatigue. It is a result from chronic stress. Sometimes people are still trying to cope. I keep saying, no, this is just a normal stress. I think I'm just stressed. But when they start to skip classes, when they start to easily fall ill, and then becomes very irritable, it is actually burnout. It's a fatigue, almost shut down. Okay, so this is a poster. Actually, we have been using this poster to promote awareness about fatigue. Okay, this one is used during last year for staff who are working overtime during this pandemic. So it's not just for the staff. It can be used for anyone. People should know when is your body shutting down, your mental, your physical. So you should recognize all this. Not even in yourself, you should know when your friends are having a burnout. Okay. Again, the definition: a state of feeling tired, weary, sleepy that result from prolonged physical and mental extended period of anxiety, exposure to harsh environment, or loss of sleep. Okay, so if you yourself or people around you are showing the symptoms of this, reduce work performance, keep falling asleep in the class, easily angry, poor concentration, okay, macam nampak macam lambat respon sikit, and then difficult to get ready to work. Orang dah pergi kelas tapi dia macam tak bangun. So we should do something, okay? Before they totally shut down. So that's my answer to how to differentiate stress and burnout. Okay, Ellie, I think that's all from me.
Thank you, Dr. Nur Inani. A question on the burnout. Is it common for students to face it? Because like I've done some research on it before, and usually the research is conducted on people who are working and like less on students. So is it more occurring to workers?
It can happen to anyone because students are working too. You're working your brain. Okay.
Okay. The second question goes to Dr. Khadijah. What are some coping strategies to handle stress and burnout? Dr. Khadijah, you're on mute, sorry.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the topic today is new campus, new mindset, and I've been leaving college for about almost 5 years. Not that old lah, tapi dah lama lah juga kan, dah habis uni. So my experience may not be the same as you guys, especially when I'm not locally graduated. So I'm not really familiar with how Malaysian university work. So yeah, but the essence is the coping should be the same for everyone. But for this COVID era, it might be a little bit more challenging for some people, and some people might like it this way where you can just keep quiet in your room, lying around on bed with the laptop, tak payah mandi pun pergi kelas, tak payah nak kalut-kalut pun kan. Kalau yang perempuan tu mungkin kaftan je kat bawah macam saya hari ni dengan tudung gitu-gitu je kan. But then you are experiencing another kind of stress, which are, for example, macam the fatigueness of staying in front of the laptop for a long time. Too much screen time, it do affects you. And for example, for your lecturer to catch you now because you are online, you need to be readily approachable, macam senang nak dicari lah kan. Kalau tak sign attendance tu siap lah kan, macam nanti tak dapat markah ke apa semua macam tu. And then I guess with the digital era, your schedule is actually more packed with the back-to-back classes. Maybe some are recorded, some are live, and you have to submit assignments on time with the added stress of unstable internet. Mak kat belakang bising, ni baju dah sidai ke belum? Apa tu, ayam mak suruh bawa keluar tadi dah bawa keluar ke belum kan? I mean, some parents cannot understand that we are actually in the learning process. Although we are at home, we are not readily available all the time. Okay, tapi having said that, we don't have much option and we have to move on. So that comes to how we cope and what are the strategies. Especially bila nak masuk degree life is I would say it's a different thing. Dan priority nak uruskan stress kita if we don't know how to manage our stress. So when talk about coping strategies, different people have their own ways. I wouldn't say there's a hard rule to it, but the essence is the first rule is to be mindful. Apa maksud mindful ni? Dalam bahasa Melayu apa kita punya minda tu kita bagi kita fokus pada masa yang keberadaan pada masa sekarang ni. Okay, so being mindful is about resetting your mind. Okay, so macam mana nak reset mind? Ada orang they do through hobbies. Ada orang they do it through eating or walking. Kan? Maksudnya apa yang penting when we do these activities by being mindful is the idea is really about distracting ourselves from the current problem that we are having, like resetting our mind, kosongkan minda kita supaya we can focus better to complete the unfinished task. Contohnya macam ni, kalau masa ada orang lah kan, setiap hari dia mesti nak pergi jogging setiap hari. Sebab kalau dia tak jogging, dia akan rasa macam suffocated. It's one of the coping skill. Tapi ada orang tak suka berada dalam keadaan yang panas, tak suka nak sweating tengah-tengah tu kan. Because amazing juga tengok orang yang boleh lari setiap hari even waktu bulan puasa kan, berpeluh-peluh macam oh my god, hebatnya kan. But I'm not that kind of person. So what I do is the one that I think most of us like lah, mindful eating. Makan. Macam mana makan boleh membuatkan kita jadi mindful? Adalah dengan kita makan dengan betul-betul. Then you will start asking, what is makan dengan betul-betul doktor? Macam selama ni saya makan lah. But I'm sure many of you have encountered a situation whereby you eat, then suddenly you realise you have finished eating. We didn't even enjoy the meal. Dia macam telan lalu je sampai kat perut tu. Okay. But if you actually give it a deep thought about it, contohlah macam kita makan mi kari yang ada fish ball dengan kerang ke apa kan. Bila kita makan, kita otomatik kita makan, mula kita dapat one bowl of mi kari tu, kita bau, tu macam oh ada bau aroma kari tu, pegang bowl tu, wah panas lagi bowl ni. Kita ambil garfu makan, slurp yang pertama tu, ataupun kalau student ni bajet sikit lah, mungkin Maggi kari lah kan, Maggi kari in cup tu, rasa bentuk mi tu kan masuk dalam mulut kita, and then dengan kuah tu meresap jauh ke dalam mulut. Try to actually appreciate the moment of eating. Instead of yang biasa kita buat, makan sambil buat assignment. So take a moment. Nak makan tak lama pun kan, dalam 5 minit, 10 minit macam tu. So when you take that small break untuk and really enjoy that moment, actually it helps to reset your mind so that you can focus better and function better. Sebab kerja tu tak akan pernah siap pun. You siapkan satu, akan ada assignment yang lain. Then ada banyak lagi benda lain kan. So it will never finish. So you really have to make your time to curi masa untuk be mindful. Okay. Other things that you can do is dalam PKP ni susah sikit lah. Macam take a walk, a mindful walk. Okay, for those going to campus Gombak ke nanti, at least the campus is big and full of greeneries lah, sebab dia dah lama kan, daripada 1985 develop. So it should be luscious green with ada lake apa semua kan. So take your time, take a break, maybe around 20 minutes to walk around. Tengok, bukan tengok orang tau. Tapi kita tengok pemandangan yang ada kat sekeliling kita. kita. Tak tengok orang boleh, itu pun menghargai ciptaan Tuhan juga. So you feel the air, you see the sky, you look at the trees, you smell the flowers. So it actually can these moments of activating your senses actually dapat resetkan kita punya minda supaya kita boleh feel fresher and can concentrate better. Okay. Tapi tapi dia nak katanya benda tu mungkin tak possible sekarang dalam keadaan kita PKP ni. Other things that we can do is by connecting with people. Ada certain orang cakap, tapi saya rasa kalau saya cakap dengan kawan saya jadi lagi stres lah doktor. Sebab saya kena dengar masalah dia. Dia tak nak pun dengar masalah saya. That's the common thing that I don't know, banyaklah yang kita orang terima dekat klinik biasanya yang burn out ni. Satu sebab dia cakap dia tak ada tempat dia nak share. Kalau dia share pun orang akan try, biasanya akan minimizekan. Nah, lihat macam kau seorang je yang ada masalah. Aku pun banyak juga assignment tapi aku kena buat, aku boleh je buat kan apa semua kan. So first thing in connecting with people, you have to choose the right people. Okay, find someone that you find comfort with, yang mententeramkan hati, bukan yang menyerabutkan jiwa lah. Okay, so it could be your parents, siblings, best friends, kawan sekolah, ataupun classmate, ataupun it could just be your counselor ke, atau ataupun ada orang dia nak tulis kat confession ke, boleh jugalah kan nak meluahkan perasaan tu, tapi it's one way response lah. Okay, so the idea is by telling people about how you feel, about what you feel, it's actually help to lift up the burden, although it's not all, but some of it, and you feel lighter. Okay, bukanlah nak cakap sebab tu kena ada boyfriend, tak. Okay, you all you need is just a good friend or a good person. Tapi kalau you dah try hard dah, doktor saya memang tak ada langsung calon yang layak untuk menjadi pendengar masalah saya, kan, semua orang tak suka saya, katakanlah. Tapi impossible lah sebenarnya. If you look hard, there's always someone that is readily available for you. But if you feel uncomfortable telling people, you can always write it down. You can always engage in things like journaling. So journaling can be online, can be in terms of hard copies. So kalau siapa yang suka, macam adik saya ni, dia memang suka journaling, is a lot of things lah yang dia buat, a lot of stickers, tampal-tampal lah. I cannot really appreciate, tapi I support dia lah. Ataupun ada orang dia suka nak journaling in terms of social media. Macam orangnya pun Twitter jaya lah kot kan, banyak suka nak type pendek-pendek tapi banyak-banyak kan. So it's okay as long as you release it in a healthy way. Maksudnya kalau siapa yang go online tu, jangan pula meluahkan perasaan tu sampai boleh mengundang konsekuensi yang lain lah. Okay. Another thing that how can you cope is by taking up a hobby. Macam kita bincangkan tadi tu, hobby can be anything yang you suka. Tapi hobi tu maksudnya kita buat adalah dengan niat untuk melepaskan stres kita. So saya tak suruh buat hobi tu hari-hari. If possible, you allocate a time in a week, even like 30 minutes a week, to do something outside of your academic punya benda pun, it should be okay. So benda yang tak tahulah hobi korang sampai sekarang ni kira macam mana. Ada orang suka main online game, PUBG lah. Apa tu? Kalau apa budak sekolah punya trend Among Us, yang saya pun tak berapa faham konsep dia. Tapi ada orang, I mean online games are good, where you apart from you releasing your stress, you also meet new people online. Tapi kalau too much pun it will be harmful lah. Okay, so ada hobbies that I can do like yang physical activities ke ataupun something crafty macam yelah bracelet ke, nak buat knitting ke, watercoloring ke, ataupun buat journaling ke, things like that. Ataupun kalau budak lelaki dia can go into Gundam ke, nak buat robot ke. Tapi orang cakap, tapi doktor hobi-hobi ni semuanya mahal. Semua mahal. Lepas tu kalau saya cakap dengan parents saya cakap masa-masa je, kenapa lah korang tak study? Kan? So choose wisely yang within you punya capability lah. Dan jangan sampai hobi tu melalaikan kita pula. So at least set a time in a week lah. I didn't ask you to do every day, but at least in a week about 30 minutes macam tu boleh buat hobi yang kita suka. Okay. And another way of coping as well is by giving to others. Ada orang, kenapa kita cakap bila kita bagi benda kat orang ataupun kita tolong orang lain, dia dapat mententeramkan hati kita sebab kita rasa the joy of giving and the response that we get from people, macam orang appreciate. Kalau orang tak appreciate pun it's okay, tapi kita enjoy giving to people. It's actually give us satisfaction and help us being mindful at the same time. Okay, so I think kalau dalam masa COVID era ni, we have to be creative lah in terms of coping. Most of us would go to something online because that is easily accessible. Tapi at the same time, please differentiate from, you have to be detached to be in reality also. Not to be online all the time, because apa yang kita nampak kat dalam online, apa kita buat dalam online tu is not the real world lah. Macam tu. I think that is so far for the coping strategies. Kalau Ellie ada tambahan soalan nak tanya ke?
Okay, so what if one's coping strategy is to ignore it? So what's your view on that?
Okay. Lantak lah apa nak jadi Macam kita macam ignore it lah. It is one of the coping strategy as well, but it doesn't last long lah. Maksudnya kalau kita ignore benda tu, masalah tu takkan selesai pun. Kita cuma tak selesaikan dia pada masa tu. At the end of the day, we still have to deal with it.
Thank you, Dr. Khadijah. Moving on to the next question for Dr. Inani. Accumulated stress will lead to a lot of things, and one of them is a lack of control. Dr. Inani, as the famous saying goes, prevention is better than cure. How would you advise people to manage their stress, or when it gets overbearing, manage their emotions such as anger?
Okay. Fikir apa yang kita rasa, apa yang kita buat. Okay. So selalu yang cepat marah, cepat stress, when you don't know how to deal with it, actually you are basically not thinking. You just use the E and B. From your emotion, you project it out to your behavior. Tiba-tiba dah marah dekat kawan lah, campak barang lah, skip kelas lah, kan? Tak buat assignment. So it portrays in your behavior from your unsettled emotion. Okay, so what we advise to everybody lah, and tonight to all of you, okay, you have to settle yang di dalam hati ni, your emotion. Macam mana nak handle your own emotion? Okay, macam mana nak handle stress ni? Sakit tu kat sini, settlekanlah yang kat sini. Janganlah sakitkan orang lain lagi. Kan? Kita dah sakit hati, lepas tu kita marah orang lain. Lepas tu nanti duduk kat bucu katil. Kenapalah cakap macam tu kat kawan tadi. So sakit tu melarat-larat. Orang lain pula sakit. Okay? So tonight we learn how to think, how to focus on that T. Okay? So this CBT lah. Your C, your cognitive. Okay? Not solely your emotion lah. You act after you think. Okay? Selalu yang orang buat tu without thinking. You buat dengan emosi. Okay. So, again, sorry lah, I do like lecture like lah tonight. Ada slides. This is how to handle your own thoughts. How to, sorry. Okay. Before anything happen, you should recognize your own thinking. Am I thinking correctly? Okay. Am I thinking wisely? Rationally? Okay. Masa kita stress, there are a lot of negative and hurtful thoughts. Okay. We are trapped in our own thoughts. So itu end up dengan maladaptive behavior. Perangai yang sepatutnya tidak boleh diterima. Okay. So first, we have to recognize all this yang kita selama ni buat tapi sebenarnya tak perasan, sebenarnya benda ni salah. Okay. In psychology, there are a lot of thinking traps. Okay. Black and white. There is no grey area. Ada buat salah sikit then you terus cakap, if I'm not perfect, then I'm a failure. Tak ada point. If I'm not perfect, I should improve myself. Terus black and white. Okay? Overgeneralizing. Satu benda jadi, terus semua pun takkan jadi. Sekali je terlambat pergi kelas, terus kata, habislah, Sam ni mesti fail punya. Okay, I will never be able to do it correctly. Mental filtering. Dia focus on certain aspects. Bila buat presentation, lecturer comment, this one bagus, tapi yang ni kena macam ni. Lepas tu terus balik fikir, memang tak okey lah tadi, memang tak bagus lah. Kat sini salah, yang tu salah. Tapi tak nampak the first part yang lecturer cakap, this one bagus, you should keep it up semua kan. Itu mental filtering, this is negative. Okay, mind reading. Orang tak cakap apa pun lagi. Okay, terus macam kita, we are judging ourselves as if we can read other people's mind. Mesti lecturer ni tak suka aku. Jadi aku macam diam je, aku tak jawab apa-apa pun. Tapi kawan-kawan lain tanya soalan banyak. Okay, we are stuck in our own negative thinking, labeling. Selalu label diri sendiri. Aku yang paling tak pandai. Tadi ada yang share, I'm too stupid for degree. You are labeling yourself. Okay. So lagi emotional reasoning. I was so nervous earlier, I must have done badly. Nervous mesti tak okay. Tapi sebenarnya okay. you use your emotion to reason what's happening. Okay. Lepas tu minimizing. Orang dah puji dah macam-macam, orang kata okay apa semua kan. Oh taklah, luck je tu, selalu fail je, dapat CP-CP. You're minimizing. Okay. Catastrophing ni membesar-besarkan. Okay. That was the worst thing I have ever done. Memang tak ada harapan lah. Memang teruk sangat lah. Okay. Should and must. Patutnya macam ni. Patutnya macam ni. Kena buat macam tu. Banyak sangat your negative thinking tu. And then you take things personally. Semua benda pun salah you. Group dapat markah rendah pun sebab you. Lecturer tak masuk kelas pun sebab you. Lecturer cancel kelas pun sebab you. Okay. Personalization. Okay. So, how to handle stress? Marah dengan lecturer. And the worst is marah with yourself. So, think and think and think and think. Betul ke all the negative things that you think about yourself? Okay. So, macam mana nak handle marah-marah tu? So, you should rationalkan your all the negative thinking about yourself lah, about everything around you. Okay, you should challenge your thoughts. My point is, sometimes kita marah, tak tahu kenapa marah, and it's actually from your own thoughts. So benda-benda ni macam mana nak handle is, you challenge yourself lah, you challenge your own thoughts. Kalau you rasa you failure, kalau you rasa you are too stupid for the degree, what is the evidence? Okay, you have gone through your CFS all 3 semesters, okay, tak ada fail pun, and then you are here tonight, okay, celebrating your new journey, going to new campus. Okay, tanya kawan-kawan, ya ke saya ni tak pandai, ya ke I ni tak okay, ya ke I'm a failure. So you do the apa evidence yang what's against your thoughts. Okay, so you should challenge yourself before you marah-marah tak tentu arah lah. Okay, and then what would you tell your friend who is in the same situation? When you think that you are a failure, ataupun macam tadi present tak okay sangat, kita terus fikir negatif kan. Tapi you see the situation as a third person, you put yourself beside yourself. Okay, just imagine you are sitting beside yourself. Selalu kita dengan kawan selalu cakap benda baik, macam tak apa, sabarlah, ni nanti boleh try lagi. Selalu cakap manis-manis lah, tapi dengan diri sendiri, tak adalah, aku ni memang tak guna lah, aku memang habis lah, apa pun tak boleh buat. Okay, so just imagine you as a friend, telling your friend. Okay, and then is it helpful if you keep to be stuck in these negative thoughts? Sebab bila you tak handle this correctly, all these negative thoughts, you cannot handle your emotion, you cannot handle your behavior, you cannot cope with this. Okay, so is this keep asking yourself, is this a fact or my own opinion? Okay, whatever happened lepas ni, negative things in yourself, in your life, you buat box. Okay, this is my thoughts right now, but what are the evidences that's against and supporting before you lost. You tak fikir pun, dan you tak try untuk rationalize things. Itu yang macam akan end up dengan depression, anxiety, because you are trapped in these negative thoughts. Okay. And then after we identify all these negative thoughts, you replace and balance it. Okay, yang unhelpful tadi contohnya, I will never be able to get it right. But you try to be helpful and balanced. This is a hard task for me, but I am trying my best. I will do my best and I have been improving. Okay, you yourself je yang boleh control your own emotion, your own anger, your own stress by think and think and think. Okay, I think that's for how to handle it.
Thank you, Dr. Before the next speaker, what are some common relaxation techniques that you can share with us?
Oh, common relaxation. Okay, I got 6 videos to share with you guys. Is this a short question or a question for me to ask, like, seriously? or I should share these videos at the last of the session? So we can do it together.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'll answer that last.
Okay, sure. Okay, so this one's for Dr. Khadijah. One cannot run from facing problems in any phase of their life, and sometimes one also needs to make decisions out of those problems. Hence, do you have any tips for anybody when they're facing a problem or they need to make a decision?
Alright, okay. First, excuse me for the sound of the cat that keeps on meowing. Tak tahulah nak apa, tak cukup kasih sayang agaknya kan. Okay, so Ellie is asking about how can mudah lah kan bila sesuatu kucing ni kan, kejap. Bila when we want to make one decision lah. Okay, sometimes when our mind is too occupied, it's so bizarre in our mind. Okay, kadang-kadang pun sampai kita macam ada suara kecil, like there's inner you that telling you, no, you shouldn't be doing this, you will definitely fail if you do that kan. Okay, so one of the thing that I want to share with you guys today is slice, the slice technique. So whenever you have a problem, you slice it. Okay, so the first one, ya Allah nak apa sini? Come here. Okay, the first one is S, state and describe the problem. Okay, so kalau kita nak state in our mind, it's a bit difficult lah. So you have to write it down. Tak kisahlah nak type ke, nak tulis in a piece of paper ke apa, but you have to write it down. What is the problem statement? Apa masalah dia? Tapi kalau soalan macam nak makan kat mana tu memang susah sikit lah. Ataupun nak makan apa tu susah sikit nak jawab soalan tu. Tapi kalau things like macam contohnya macam kalau korang boleh buat double degree katakan nak ambil extra curricular class apa pun, as simple as that pun kan, you don't know which one to decide, you have to write it down. And then what you can do is, the first one is state the problem. L is to list all the solutions. Maksudnya macam all the possible solutions that you can have for that particular problem. And for an I is identify the preferred solution. Contohlah you come up with 5 solutions, but you only favor maybe 2 of the solutions. So you choose that 2. And C is consider pros and cons. Make a column. Column pros and column con. The consequences of it lah. So what is the good thing about it? What is the bad thing about it? Okay. So bila kita tulis tu, kita senang nak justify kita punya decision tu. Okay. Even when we did make a mistake by choosing that decision, for example, we can always go back and reflect, look, actually I have already made an informed choice about it. I already give a deep thought about it. But things happen. Memang Allah dah takdirkan macam tu. Macam itulah resultnya. So when we write it down, even when we fail, even when things didn't go the way that we want, the acceptance is better. Rather than macam kita tak tuliskan kita punya thoughts tu apa, kita duk bermain dalam fikiran kita, lepas tu dia akan jadi macam kita senang nak salahkan diri kita lah tentang apa yang berlaku tu. Okay. Alright. And then the after we consider the pros and cons, then it comes to E, which is to enact and evaluate the chosen solution. So maksudnya bila kita dah pilih, contoh kita nak pilih choice A, so kita dah okay lah, I really agree with the positive outcomes of this, and I'm willing to bear the cost of the consequences of choosing this solution, and so I'm willing to go ahead with it lah. Okay. So ada kalanya juga kita macam, doktor saya boleh listkan apa yang saya nak buat, tapi saya tak tahulah betul ke benda ni, betul ke, saya rasa saya takut saya buat kesilapan apa semua. First, hidup ni memang akan buat silap. Kalau tak nak buat silap, di syurga nantilah, itu pun nak masuk syurga tu bukan senang. Okay. Tapi kalau you rasa macam keputusan tu adalah sesuatu benda yang major in your life lah, it's a major life decision. Contohnya lah macam, yelah, macam nak buat intern kat mana, kan? Ataupun yelah, macam should you take double degree or not, things like that. You can always ask for more opinions daripada orang lain, daripada you punya lecturers ke, and ask their help to guide you in making decision. So you must remember that dunia ni bukan kita duduk sorang-sorang. Kalau nak duduk sorang-sorang tu dekat alam barzah nanti. Okay. So bila kita kat dunia ni, kita memang kena ada bukan saja kebergantungan pada Allah, but we need to depend on other people as well around us. So we cannot survive on our own. We do need to ask for help. So in making decision, it's okay if you are not confident with the decision that you are going to make. You can always ask for other people's opinion, and but don't let other people macam decide apa yang you nak buat. Sebab bila kita membiarkan orang lain menentukan apa yang kita nak akan buat, bila sesuatu tu tak jadi apa yang kita nak, kita akan salahkan orang lain pula. Macam tu lah. Okay. So I think apart from that is for certain decision, some that you only involve about yourself. Ada juga decision yang macam involve orang lain kan. So maksudnya kita kena deliver that decision to some people kan. So how can we deliver our opinion so that it counts is by having a effective communication. Okay. Macam contohnya, macam contoh lah kan, you nak buat intern, as simple as buat intern kat mana. Ada parents are very particular yang no, you kena buat dekat hometown. Contohnya lah. Contoh macam Khadijah, you kena juga buat intern dekat Kuantan. Senang sikit, apa-apa tak payah cek rumah sewa ke apa semua macam tu, mak senang nak tengok. Tapi kita tahu internship is an important part juga sebab it determine untuk kita punya CV, untuk our experience. So maybe macam kalau saya punya preference, maybe sebab saya rasa saya nak intern dekat tempat yang kat KL ke contohnya, sebab ada job scope yang saya suka. Company tu memang saya suka and saya dah secure tempat tu. So I really want to go there. I don't want to do intern in Kuantan because it's not going to bring me any benefits, I think. But at the same time, kita dah jadi anak yang baik. Kita tak nak macam nampak derhaka dan durjana kan. But how we want to deliver our decision, our intention is by having a effective communication. Effective communication tu macam yang pertama kita kena clear and direct dengan apa yang kita nak. Tapi bila kita nak, especially like in conversing with our parents, satu, ada setengah parents, I do agree that no matter what we say, they think they are always the best. Kan? Tapi kita pun kena be diplomatic jugalah. Yang tu kena belajar je cara nak be diplomatic in communicating with our parents ataupun orang yang lebih senior daripada kita. So contohnya macam you can always, the first thing is by having the right time at right place and having the right people lah. Contohnya, ya Allah, contohnya jangan ada kucing ni. Okay. Contohnya jangan ada yang boleh mengganggu macam ni, ataupun adik-beradik yang boleh menambah cerita untuk mengapi-apikan keadaan, contohnya lah. Okay. And then firstly, to be diplomatic is you have to perhaps ask them first what are their concerns. Kan? Contohnya macam, kenapa mak macam okay, Aja tahu Ahmad nak buat intern dekat kat Kuantan. Mak risau apa sebenarnya kan, macam tu, tapi in a nice way lah. So when you address their concern first, so that diorang akan fikir macam, oh okay, dia ni bukanlah self-centered pun. So kita meraihkan pendapat orang lain juga apa semua kan. So bila kita dah jelas, kadang-kadang kita buat assumption. Kita rasa macam parents kita tu memang nak mengongkong kita, tak nak support kita pun. Tapi sebenarnya dia orang fikir benda yang terbaik untuk kita. It's just that we don't listen to each other. You know, mak cakap sikit pun sentap. Kita cakap sikit pun mak sentap, macam tu lah kan. So, if we can hold the conversation in a peaceful way and in a diplomatic way, then we can deliver our points even better. Okay? Bila kita cakap point kita tu, memang kita kena direct, straight to the point, tak payah. And then use and your body language also must be correct lah. Janganlah macam cakap macam takut-takut ataupun cakap very defensive macam no, I want to get this whatever kan, macam. So that one is another topic lah kalau kita nak belajar pasal effective communication tu. So then to summarize again, in making decision, first you have to slice the problem, and second is to have an effective communication so that you can deliver your opinion better, untuk to be heard better lah kan. So kalau as slice your problem tadi, so always when in any problem decision making pun, you write it down and then you do a column with the pros and cons and try to choose the best solution based on the things that you have been outlined lah. Okay. I hope that answers. Ni ada yang kedua pula. Okay. That answers your questions lah on that. Right. Ya, saya Mami tengah ni.
Thank you, Dr. Khadijah. So we have this question here, which I believe all of us want to know the answer of, which is, Dr. Khadijah, when do we know we need help and how to seek for it?
Ya, sekejap. Sorry gangguan. Okay. Apa tu? Okay, so when do we know that we need help and how to seek it? Okay. So yang pertama ada dua cara lah. Satu kita sendiri sedar, yang kedua orang lain sedarkan. Okay. Yang pertama biasanya kalau we talk about the red flags of mental health punya ni lah. First, kalau you rasa tiba-tiba rasa senang je nak nangis. Kan? Tak tahu apa masalah, tiba-tiba hiba je. Kan? Rasa nak nangis je. That could be one of the sign. Korang tak nampak mami. Okay. And then the next thing is kebanyakan orang they will face difficulty in sleeping. Macam saya tak boleh
Mami, ada semua.
Yes, okay.
Mama ada semut.
Mami tengah cakap. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Semut tu pergi je. Okay. Nah. Next is difficulty in sleeping. Macam rasa saya dah siap dah buat assignment doktor tapi tak boleh nak tidur juga. Pukul 3 pagi baru boleh tidur. Lepas tu bila pukul 4 tak boleh tidur lagi, saya tak tidur lah. Sebab saya takut terlajak kelas pukul 8. Kan? That's common as well. Apart from that, kita rasa macam buat kerja semua tak jadi. We cannot focus, cannot concentrate and we feel that it is affecting our study. Macam kita punya attendance tak bagus, assignment tak dapat hantar on time, quality assignment pun kurang, benda macam tu. And then ataupun bila kita senang rasa bersalah. Tak tahu pun kenapa. Tiba rasa macam rasa bersalah, rasa tak ada harapan, feeling hopeless, feeling helpless. These are the signs that indicate you need help. Okay. Tapi biasanya jaranglah orang akan datang meminta pertolongan pada at this point because being in this society, unfortunately, sometimes we even have stigma to ourselves for having mental problem. Kan? Kita rasa macam if I say it, if I talk to someone about this, it means that I'm weak. It means that saya ni tak cukup iman lah. Saya mungkin tak cukup solat. Orang cakap kan, saya tak zikir kot kan, tak baca Quran ke kan. Semua orang cakap benda-benda macam tu. So mungkin kita jarang jumpa orang yang ada kekuatan untuk jumpa counselor or even to see the doctor when this thing happen. Usually orang akan datang memang keadaan tu dah teruk sangat. Macam memang dah terlepas kelas ke, memang dah tak ke apa semua macam tu. Okay. So this is where a friend plays a big role lah. Okay. Maksudnya kawan di sekeliling ataupun ahli keluarga, kalau kita nampak ada perubahan-perubahan macam tu. Macam tadi Dr. Inani share, bangun lambat, nak pergi kelas pun bersiap macam gitu-gitu je, tak attend kelas, lambat hantar assignment, tak nak join group discussion contohnya, tidur macam tak tidur je. So if we as friends can detect these things, lepas tu semua orang akan tanya, saya perasan tapi macam mana saya nak cakap dengan dia doktor? Confirm ke dia akan ikut saya pergi jumpa doktor? Kan? Macam mana kalau dia marah saya? So, yang pertama untuk korang semua hari inilah, firstly, when you enter a new campus soon, kena be open juga bila orang kata, I think you have problem. Means that we have to accept that semua orang ada kekurangan, semua orang ada kelebihan. Dan bila mana orang point out yang kita ada masalah, itu bukan bermakna kita lemah. It just means that someone cares for us. Someone actually thinks about us and actually wants the best for us. Okay, so we have to be open and accept that suggestion untuk pergi dapatkan pertolongan. Itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, untuk kawan yang care ni, kalau dia rasa dia dah cakap tapi tak dapat penerimaannya baik, So maybe you can escalate that to the sama ada counselor ataupun trusted lecturer lah. Lecturer yang you percaya yang boleh handle that. Sebab we have encountered cases yang lecturernya bila ada student lain beritahu lecturer yang I think my friend needs help, lecturer tu dia jadi judgemental pula. Dia macam patutlah budak ni tak datang kelas, sikit-sikit nak depress. Sikit-sikit nak burn out. Baru je sikit ni, baru je first year kot, belum lagi masuk FYP. Contohnya. It's true. There are lecturers like that. So if ever you need you need help untuk bring your friend come over untuk datang buat appointment ke apa semua tu, boleh minta tolong lecturer ataupun even kalau you ada kenal orang lain ke, kakak Usra ke siapa ke yang boleh bawakan untuk convincekan dia untuk datang, please do so. Okay. Tapi kalau you rasa macam semua benda tak berjaya, you just tell that person, you know what, I'm always here for you if ever you need help. Okay, macam make yourself available so that orang tu tahu they are being supported lah. Okay, sebab kat Malaysia ni kita tak ada rules lagi yang untuk macam paksa orang lah untuk dapatkan treatment for depression contohnya, unless if and only if kalau orang tu membahayakan diri sendiri atau membahayakan orang lain, then only we can force that someone to get help by using certain acts lah. Itu cerita lain lah. Okay. Okay, ada soalan dekat YouTube ni cakap, speaking about cats, is having pets also one of ways to cope with stress? Yeah, to certain extent. Tapi macam kalau saya tengah sesama ni stressful juga kalau ada kucing ni. But really, I think cats are wonderful creatures. They are bossy, they are unique. They always crave for your attention, but when they get your attention, they abandon you. Tapi betul, ada pets ni one of the way to handle your stress and also to manage your time juga sebenarnya. Cuma kalau kat mahalan nanti mungkin tak boleh lah nak ada kucing apa semua, tak boleh pets kan, but you can always feed on the stray cats apa semua macam tu lah. Okay. Alright, Ellie, I hope that answer the question. Tapi kalau untuk orang yang dia ada kesedaran yang dia perlukan pertolongan, there are few ways that you can go. Kalau macam untuk student UAE, you have the privilege tak perlu pergi jumpa center punya doktor, so that you can get assessed and referred to. Ataupun another way, if you find it more comfortable to talk your counsellor, you can always go to your counsellor and talk about it, and they also can refer to us lah. Untuk that one specifically untuk SASMED lah. Tapi kalau untuk hospital kerajaan yang lain ataupun even yang swasta, you need to get referral from GP, a clinic lah. Tak kisah doktor mana-mana, being referred to psychiatry clinic. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khadijah. Returning back to Dr. Inani on her thoughts on the question. Relaxation techniques, yes.
Okay. Kenapa kita kena belajar pasal relaxation techniques? Sebab kalau orang panik kita kata apa? Relax dulu, kan? Relax is everything lah. Semua benda lah suruh relax. Bila orang cuak suruh relax. Bila orang takut suruh relax. Nak exam suruh relax. Semua pun relax. Tapi macam mana nak relax actually? Okay, this one also is the fundamental yang kita kena tahu how to relax. Macam yang first tadi, how to recognize signs and symptoms of stress, your breathing, your heart rate, you'll get palpitations, cold clammy hands, rasa sejuk, rasa kepala ringan. Okay, so memang kita akan ajar patient yang datang jumpa kita untuk relax. So you people have to know this lah, macam mana nak relax. Okay, when you are in stress, first is you should stop and recognize what's happening in yourself, in your body. Okay, sebab body kita akan bagi signal bila kita stress. So dari signal itulah kita should focus which part yang kena relax. Okay, first is kita akan ajar deep breathing technique. Kalau orang nak beranak, dia kata nafas betul-betul, tarik nafas puan. Okay, siapa pernah masuk ward nak masuk jarum dekat tangan? Tarik nafas. Okay, betul tak? Doktor ke misi akan cakap macam tu. Nak cucuk vaksin, relax ya, tarik nafas. Semua pun tarik nafas. Kalau kawan tengah panik, relax, tarik nafas. Betul ke? Orang yang cakap tu pun tak tahu kan macam mana tarik nafas yang betul-betul sebenarnya. Kenapa kena tarik nafas? Sebab dalam keadaan stres, oksigen tak sampai dekat kepala tu, so you cannot think straight. So you have to breathe correctly. Okay. Tunjuk slide Sekejap. Okay. Deep breathing ni boleh buat bila-bila je, dekat mana-mana je. You can lie down, you can sit down, but the best is you sit straight. So sit or stand with your elbows slightly back. Duduk dengan secara yang relax. So kita dah bercakap dalam around sejam setengah dah. So now it's time to relax. Dah macam-macam dah apa ni dalam kepala tu kan. Dah tak fokus dah tu. So let's breathe for a while. Okay. So semua orang relax. Okay. Sandar. Drop your shoulders. Okay. Macam mana nak breathe ni? Kenapa dia dipanggil deep breathing? Because it goes straight to your, if you are in distress, if you are anxious, you are panic, you punya breathing tu macam very short kan, kat sini je macam tak lepas kan. So buat ni pun kena mindful, macam Dr. Khadijah sebut tadi, mindful that you are breathing. You can feel the air going through your nostrils, your chest, your tummy, and then it goes up through your mouth. Okay, benda ni kena practice. Even patients with anxiety, if they are on medication, macam bila datang je panic attack, makan ubat. It's not as simple as that. We still teach them how to breathe. Sebab bukan semua orang perlukan ubat, but everyone should know how to breathe correctly. Okay. So macam mana nak tahu kita bernafas dengan relax ataupun tidak? You put your hand on your chest and then the other one on your tummy, and then you breathe in through your nose with the count of until 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sampai your tummy expand, and then you breathe out. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Until your tummy flat lah. Okay, itu cara bernafas yang betul. Okay, kalau you tengah stress, then you nafas macam pendek, that means salah. You are not relaxed. Okay, so benda ni you should repeat like 3 to 5 cycles with the count of 10 seconds lah. Make sure tangan you memang bergerak yang dekat tummy je, bukannya dekat chest. If the upper hand is moving, that means you are breathing incorrectly lah. Okay, deep breathing mesti goes into your tummy. Okay, ni poster memang kita share in our hospital during World Mental Health Awareness. Semua orang need to relax and breathe correctly. Okay, so itu baru breathing. When you are stressed, you notice muscle tension. Okay, before you can think straight, you kena betulkan your physiology, your breathing, your heart rate kena relax, kena turunkan your breathing rate, and then your muscle tension, barulah boleh berfikir dengan betul. Itulah so inilah teknik untuk muscle relaxation. Kan selalu orang sebut, tension lah. Apa yang tension tu? Muscle tension lah kan? Okay, so how to relax our muscle? So I got 6 videos, but you don't have to do all. It depends on individual. When you are stressed, masa kita buat deep breathing tu, actually you should notice what's happening at other parts of your body. Actually dekat mana yang stress ni? Kat mana yang tense ni? Okay? Kalau I selalu shoulder and neck pain lah. So I normally focus on my shoulder. Yang lain-lain I tak buat lah. So ada orang macam tangan rasa macam tak duduk diam macam tu kan. Rasa macam tangan yang tak okay. So you focus on the hands. Ada orang kaki kejang-kejang. So you focus on your legs. Okay. So this one is the first method. Squeeze the orange. Boleh dengar tak sekejap tak dengar
Tak dengar. Tak.
Okay, tak apalah. Okay, so basically you just letakkan tangan kat depan. Just imagine you are squeezing orange. Any fruits lah, orange, lemon, apa lagi boleh? Kiwi, yang lembut-lembut lah. So video ni, this person dia cakap janganlah guna durian. Okay, pineapple ke, alright? And then, in the count of 10, kira sampai 10 and then, shake your hands. Okay, so masa tension dekat sini-sini ni akan release sikit. Okay, that's for hand. Yang ni untuk area shoulders and neck. Okay. Oh, is it because of this?
The next posture is known as a tortoise start. Let's imagine that you're a tortoise and you're going to push your head into tortoise shell in this way.
Can you listen to the audio?
Do it correctly. You should be able to feel the tightness around the left and the right side of the neck. Let's do it. Feel the tightness around the neck. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can now come out from your tortoise shell and relax.
Okay. Boleh dengar apa yang dia cakap tu? Can you listen to the instruction?
Boleh doktor.
Boleh. Okay. So how to do it correctly? Your shoulders mesti kena you punya cuping telinga. Tarik macam apa, kura-kura tu nak masuk dalam shell dia. To the count of 10 and lepas abruptly. Okay, and then you repeat 3 to 5 cycles. That's how you relax your muscle. Next is
The next posture is known as a
Superman. Superman untuk orang yang backache, yang sakit belakang.
The next posture, which is the third posture, is known as a Superman posture. Try to push your hand behind, like a Superman. Squeeze the area between the shoulder blades so that it can produce tension at the area between the shoulder blades this way. And let's count 1 to 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let go. That's good. Let's do it again. Yes, Superman.
Okay. Yang tu kalau yang sakit-sakit belakang.
The next posture,
Is
the fourth posture is known as push the ceiling. First, let's open it and stretch our palm in this way. And then imagine the ceiling is collapsing and drop.
okay.
The fourth posture is known as
This is my favorite, but this one is the ugliest, and I don't want to demo it.
the next three postures involve relaxing the facial muscles. These postures may not look good cosmetically, but it's definitely very effective for relaxing the facial muscles. So what are these three postures? They are number 1, Ah, number 2, E, and number 3, O. Let's get into more detail. First one involves stretching the facial muscles by making the sound ah. That's good. Remember, it's not the sound effect that matters, it's a stretch effect around the facial muscles. Second one goes around the jaw and the neck by making the sound E. That's good. And the last one involves stretching the nose by making the sound O. That's good. Do you feel that the face is much more relaxed now? You're much able to smile? That's good.
Sebab bila stress, muka pun tak boleh nak senyum. Semua tegang je, macam pakai botox kan. So you should do this more often. Okay, the last one
The next three postures.
is okay. This is for
The last three postures involve tensing and relaxing different groups of muscles in the legs. For the first one, imagine trying to grip a piece of tissue paper with the toes in this way. Feel the tightness around this area. And we should count together from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let go. Feel the waves of relaxation around the toes.
That's the toes, and then over your calf. You can do this.
Tension at the area around the calf. Feel the tightness around the calf. And let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let go. Feel the waves of relaxation around the calf. Do this for
Okay, those are the times lah. Okay, that's how you can relax before you can think rationally. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Nur Inani. So with that, our forum has come to an end. Brothers and sisters, the floor is open to any questions from the participants. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our reputable speakers. You can also specify who do you want to ask. So one of the questions is, Doctor, how do we know when someone needs professional help?
How do we know when someone needs professional help? Like I mentioned just now, yang pertama kalau kita nampak dia ada perubahan sikap lah, kan? Like Dr. Inani also mentioned, for example, withdrawal from the activities, isolating herself, lack of sleep, nampak macam tak ada selera nak makan, skipping class, that could be one of the symptoms lah. Tapi that one are the obvious symptoms, but there are people yang happy je tapi sebenarnya dia ada problem, kan? Macam kita, the silent depression. So that one is a bit tricky, means that you have to know that person lah, kan? So kita memang kena perhatikan kalau dia ada, really is about change of behaviour lah. That's when the change of behaviour is affecting that person's life, whether it's study or the personal life ataupun family life. So that is when we assist that person to get help lah.
I want to add up. Basically, kalau you yourself rasa is affecting your own function. Kita manusia, kita punya basic needs, tidur, makan, communication dengan orang. And then like you guys, study. If it affects any of these, rasa macam tak boleh tidur, makan pun tak berapa okey. Macam memang dah tak nak makan dah dengan orang, tak nak berkawan dah, tak bercakap. And then study deteriorate. So as long as your basic function as a person affected, then jumpalah yang pakar. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Inani. Okay. The next question is, what are the best responses to give to our friend when they express their feelings, or how to become a good listener?
Okay. First is validate. Sometimes orang datang, when people come to us, they don't seek for solution. They just want to be listened. Okay, to knowing that someone is there with you. Okay, sometimes tak bagi respon pun tak apa, just ada kat situ and dengar. Okay. There are few ways of, macam ada yang positif but toxic positif. Yang macam bila orang tu cerita, kita cakap we compare with others. Lah relax lah, aku dulu lagi teruk kot. Aku punya masalah lagi besar kot. Okay, compare. And then dismiss. Tak apalah, alah kau ni benda kecil je pun. Okay, dismiss. Ataupun macam yang Islamik sikit lah. Sabarlah, Allah tak uji orang yang orang yang beriman. Ini semua ni kafarah dosa ni. Benda-benda Islamik macam tu kan. Okay, if you yourself experience all this, if you are not in a good state, would you want someone to say that to you? Tak nak kan? Okay? Validate and validate and validate. Okay? Bila kita orang jumpa patient, semua pun okay. Tak apa. Oh, rasa sedih ke? Tak apa. Oh, asyik menangis ke? Tak apa. Semua pun tak apa. That's normal. So tak adalah macam kita nak cakap kau ni takkan benda sikit pun sampai tak boleh tidur. Takkanlah sampai tak boleh nak pergi kelas. Tak apa. Just validate. That's the first thing to do. And then dia ada skills lah macam mana to be a good listener. Eye contact. Okay. And then avoid distraction. Janganlah masa orang tu cakap awak tengok jam, kejap tengok sana, kejap tengok sini. That's not a good listener. Kalau you pun cakap dengan orang and orang tu macam rushing, terus macam rasa macam off lah. Tak apalah, dia tak nak dengar aku kan. Okay. And then how to know someone is listening is you summarize apa yang dia cerita. Dia tak payah bagi solution pun. Oh, rupanya benda ni tengah jadi dekat kau macam ni. Oh, sebab tu lah aku perasan kau asyik tidur je. Acknowledge. Patutlah aku macam ajak kau makan, kau tak nak pergi. So, bila orang cakap macam tu, you rasa appreciated tak? Oh, ada orang care rupanya, ada orang nampak rupanya. Like, okay, maybe now I'm talking to you and got that kind of response. So I feel better. Betul tak? Walaupun tak ada solution pun lagi dekat masalah dia tu. Okay? Just validate and be there. Don't be judgmental. You tak payah bagi solution lah kalau kawan you tak minta. Okay? And then to end it, just tell your friend I'm here if you need me. Cukup lah. Tak payah nak jadi doktor, tak payah nak jadi mak dia, tak payah nak jadi penceramah lah. Tak payah jadi kaunselor. Okay. Alright?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Inani. The next question is, as we all know that the increasing of suicide is proportional to the development of one country as happened in Japan. So my question is, are there any ways that we as a community can adapt easily to the development of the country to avoid the mental health problem?
Okay. Thank you, Ellie, for the question. So I think when we talk about developing countries, for example, macam even the closest to us is Japan or even Singapore, as they become more developed, the rate of suicide also increase together with the mental health burden. That goes back to the demand of the world lah. Maksudnya bila kita nak jadi developing country ni, the work ethic tu berbeza, work culture tu jadi more perfectionist, kita more focus on the end products kan. We are racing, everyone is racing to be the best. So which explains why the mental health burden is increasing. So how can we combat that? problem from happening. Firstly, by having like what you are doing right now is mental health awareness and learn how to manage your stress. So kita revise balik macam mana coping strategies kita by having a good support. We have practice mindfulness, we engage in leisure activities, things like that. And I cannot deny also another most important aspect in managing our stress is the spiritual part of it. Okay, kalau orang yang matlamatnya adalah akhirat, dia akan boleh senang untuk rationalizekan semua benda cabaran yang berlaku lah. Tak adalah nak kata senang, tapi maksudnya kita lebih senang, lebih accepting lah benda cabaran yang berlaku. But then again, to talk about spiritual part is not the easiest thing to do. But we must always bear in mind that we as an abid, we always have to strive our best untuk jadi hamba dan khalifahnya. So I believe what makes us different than Japan, for example, most of them are atheists ataupun believe in traditional punya religion kan. Tapi kita sebagai orang Islam atau yang ada agama, biasanya bila kita ada pegangan agama ni, kita lebih, bukan nak kata kita kalis daripada masalah mental, tidak. Tapi kita ada reason lain untuk hidup, untuk teruskan hidup. Maksudnya macam tu. Okay, I have met a lot of patients that even though they are very depressed, very hopeless, even though they thought about death all the time, but they don't do it because they know ultimately kalau nak masuk syurga tu, kalau saya bunuh diri, doktor, saya tak akan masuk syurga. I mean, tu pegangan dia. Maksudnya adalah the last barrier tu kan. So I would say untuk mendepani cabaran pada masa akan datang, untuk kita menjadi negara yang apart from managing our stress diligently, we also need to enhance our knowledge and empower ourselves with the spiritual part as well. Tapi yang ni kalau kita nak discuss pasal Islam and mental health, that's another session lah, insyaAllah. Okay, thank you Ali, back to you.
Okay, last question for our Q&A session. What are some tips for us introverts and extroverts, as during this pandemic we both suffer differently, and then I think that's how the question is.
Sorry, come again?
Okay, sorry. So during this pandemic, both introverts and extroverts suffer differently. So what are some tips for us? Seeming like, as you said, that there's a high possibility that we will be continuing our studies online too.
Or how to survive with this? Okay, I think first is know yourself. What's your needs? Okay, what's your struggle? Ada orang dia memang tak boleh survive lah depan laptop macam ni 2-3 jam seharian. Okay, ada orang suka je, oh this is the time, I tak payah jumpa orang. Okay, ada orang yang memang anxious kalau depan orang nak present tu masalah kan. There is pros and cons lah, but then we have no choice. Okay, you kena ingat what's your values now. Values means apa yang kita values in our life. Sekarang knowledge, ataupun you ambil course ni, you nak further study ni because you value your future. That means you mesti habiskan you punya course ni so that nanti you can apply for a job. Okay, you can make your own money. Bila kita fokus on our values, whatever happen kat tengah-tengah ni, ada gunung ganang lah, ada lopak lah, okay, online class tak online class lah, kejap boleh balik, mahalah, kejap tak boleh balik, kejap kena quarantine, kejap nak kena swab. Whatever happens, you should always remember your values, your goals. Okay, is the same as saya selalu bagi analogi bus. Okay, kita naik bus, we are the driver. Okay, dalam bus tu ada a lot of things, our anxiety, our struggle, our problem yang financial lah, dengan kawan lah, apalah. Okay, kita punya goals, the values tu, kita punya destination. Nak pergi ke sana tu nak kena lalu Bukit Bukau lah, apalah. We have to carry everything. Kena face lah. Okay, as long as you have the values, whatever happen, whatever comes kat tengah-tengah tu, insyaAllah boleh lah. That's the tips lah. Saya rasa the ultimate tips. You have to remember your own values. So tak kisahlah you introvert ke, extrovert ke, dua-dua pun ada advantage and disadvantage kan of this online class semua kan. Kena tukar campus lah and all. Maybe courses yang you nak you tak dapat ke apa ke. Tapi insyaAllah kalau you memang ada satu target, apa benda pun insyaAllah lah boleh fokus. You can get through it.
Okay, thank you Dr. Inani. I think that is all for our Q&A session. Thank you for the thought-provoking questions from the participants and the detailed yet easily understood elaborations from our speakers. Brothers and sisters, please fill the registration form shared in the chat box to redeem your star point. Dr. Khadijah and Dr. Inani, do you have any last words of advice to give our fellow participants?
Well, I would say online ke offline ke, akan ke campus ke atau tidak, but this is the opportunity of lifetime. Although it is a period where you are broke but you have the energy, so enjoy your degree life and be free to do anything that you want. Okay, and yang paling penting sekali, live your life to your own expectation, not other people's expectations. Right, that's all from me. Thank you.
Tiba-tiba macam sedih kan? Padahal tak pernah jumpa. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, congratulations, semua dah habis CFS kan? You'll be starting your new life. Tapi ingatlah apa-apa jadi pun, just carry your values. Kalau you fokus apa yang you nak in your life, insyaAllah apapun boleh. Then good luck, all the best. If anything, if you need help, we are always here for you. Okay?
With that being said, we have come to the end of our event. I would like to express my deepest gratitude for both our speakers, Dr. Khadijah and Dr. Inani, for spending their time with us and also share their knowledge with us. I would like to thank you for your participation and cooperation throughout the program. Have a good day. Take care. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.